what do you wish more people knew about when it comes to supplements?
I would like to highlight again the fact that no nutrient performs alone. So when it's made in the laboratory, it needs a whole bunch of trace minerals around it and enzymes and just all cofactors, other nutrients to support it. Let's give iron, for example. A lot of people, I guess, when they're iron deficient, it's like, let's focus on iron. And not only is it not from nature, that mineral that's been created in the supplement, it doesn't have the cofactors around it that our body needs in order to increase our iron metabolism and support what's coming out in a blood test. For example, vitamin A, copper, magnesium, choline, kind of, vitamin C, of course, and then there's probiotics that are involved in there. So like really, it is so wild to think you need iron, so go take that individualized iron supplement. But not only as time goes on, we find out more about how that's performing in the body, and it can actually be so inflammatory as well. Ferrous sulfate, for example, like Ferrograd C, you know, we learnt 30 or so years later how terrible that is for the gut and how it can make someone's iron deficiency worse. So I always question what is new, what's being brought out now, and what are we going to find out in 30 years' time?
I know, I can't help but have the same questions, but it is classic that iron is a great example. How many people are iron deficient, prescribed iron doesn't do anything over a long they actually just perpetuate the cycle without any reason as to looking why they're not absorbing it.
Yes, not absorbing it, or maybe they don't need iron.
Right.
Maybe they do need vitamin A. Maybe they do need magnesium for the iron metabolism, or maybe they do have parasite.
Right. So, I mean, it's again asking why is what you're saying.
Yeah, and again, just like the questioning of where is that isolated laboratory-made nutrient coming from? Do we know enough about that? What are we going to find out soon? Definitely need to mention folic acid and how much we know about that now. In 1990s, it was heavily recommended, but now we know, but it's still recommended heavily, and in all of our breads and cereals and blah, blah, blah. Folic acid can't be metabolized in up to 60% or more of the population, and it's actually sending them more folate deficient, creating the problems that we're actually taking folic acid for in the first place, spina bifida or neural tube defects. All right, we found that out. What are we going to find out about this,
it's interesting how we're always so prepared to go for a tablet over, say, something like liver.
Totally. And my husband actually mentioned that this morning because I was talking to him about it. He was like, why do people question food, but they're so easily supportive and promote isolated synthetic nutrients? But that is the same with like TGA, and you know, I was told to cease and desist because I was supplying liver.
Why would you?
Doesn't that just make you so effing angry?
Why though? This was recently, wasn't it?
It's happened twice. Yeah, I fully had to pull it off the website for a few weeks whilst I battled this.
How dare you be promoting food?
I know. What they sell in butcher's area there.
Yeah, right.
And what we've eaten for thousands of years.
Right. I mean, it is. It's wild and it's disappointing.
So disappointing. And I literally sit there and school the TGA people. I'm like, but research tells us. And they're like, yeah, but...
I mean, you'll have a hotline. Eventually they'll be like, oh, it's just us again. It's going to be fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. Why they don't like liver, generally due to the vitamin A.
I don't really get that either because, again, everything in nature is complete as far as I'm concerned. So why would we be so concerned? Also, didn't we like shy away from vitamin A, especially in pregnancy, and then figure out that was a bad idea?
Yeah. So I don't think I need to say anymore.
I'm putting words in your mouth.
No. I love hearing it from other people.
Well, it's wild. It's like we went, oh, no more vitamin A. That's not good. Yeah. Let's take it out. And it's still to this day, I battle with patients and sometimes their health providers. No, absolutely you need vitamin A when you're pregnant. That would mean removing a whole food group.
Yeah. There's more risk of preterm birth defects with a vitamin A deficiency than too much vitamin A. And also, full stop, there is no research to show that food vitamin A causes birth defects. What foot are you standing on? They're just basing it on one study that showed that high doses of synthetic vitamin A, huge whopping doses that are almost unachievable through food, showed that there was a minor cause of birth defects within the population that went through the study.
The problem is that most people would not research that to find it out. They would just be guided by the advice that's given, that's general advice, and trust that.
And then we go, now we know vitamin A is so important for not only our immune system, but also iron metabolism. And we've got a giant problem, but they still demonize it.